So this video popped up on the internet a little while ago, and it's resurfaced because it's still interesting, and I wanted to talk about it. So as you can see, Poe's Law here on Twitter posted it because the whole premise of this is that it's a blind dating game. So you've got two groups of people, and you don't see it in these clips, but there is actually a board barrier separating them. So they can't see what they look like, so they can only pitch themselves on the kind of person that they are, the characteristics of their personality. So you're not making a judgment based on looks. You can only hear the voice and listen to the words. And this woman went down like a lead balloon with the guys, and I think it's worth exploring just why that was. So we'll watch the clip.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified, and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is gonna be there for me.
Aww. If any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please step forward.
They're nervous. They're
Come on,
scared.
guys.
Ooh, they're so
Anyone.
scared. Come on.
Hey Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself.
There's a lot going on there, wasn't there? Now, I do feel quite bad for her because obviously, you get up, you give your most innermost views and hopes for the future, and nobody bites. That's pretty painful and a bit embarrassing. But this whole thing was just genuinely fascinating because if you look at, for example, like, there's nothing wrong with her, obviously, right? She's a normal-looking girl. She seems normal, but they can't see that anyway. But you can assume that she's fairly normal, and so look what she's after. I'm down for any good adventure, right? Okay, well, that's a specific personality type. That's actually a relatively unusual personality type. Most people aren't actually adventurous. Most people just want to live pleasant lives in the place in which they live. And to suggest that, oh, well, I'm looking for adventure constantly, suggests a kind of fundamental dissatisfaction with not only the place in which you live, but yourself really as well. This constant call to adventure is fine if you're a single person and you're going to go and meet other like-minded people on the way. But actually, if you're looking to date, presumably you're looking for a long-term relationship, presumably you're looking to marry, presumably you're looking to start a family, presumably you're looking to found a house and a home, have children, grow old together, and nothing about what Riley has said here implies any of that. And if you're a man and you go on this dating show, you're like, yeah, okay, I mean, hopefully I'm going to find my wife here, right? Hopefully I'm going to find the mother of my children. And so immediately, Riley has sectioned off most of the male population that would go on something like this and said, yeah, I'm actually looking for someone who's not really looking for commitment, not really looking for anything that would build a life. And that's not to say anything about her personally. Like, I just got scuba certified. I'm planning to go to Australia. It's like, okay, you seem pretty busy. Like, you seem like actually you're not looking for a husband or a boyfriend or a long-term partner. You're looking for just a travel buddy. And the guys here, as you can see, do not seem very excited by this prospect because, she's got her skiing equipment or whatever, and she loves doing themed parties. So there's also the sort of quirk chungus aspect to this, as in it feels a bit adolescent, which might not be what a lot of guys are aiming for, but we'll get to that in a minute. The point being, she's got plans, and her plans are actually not about you. They don't revolve around you at all. They revolve around adventure. she is, in her view, the kind of main character of her life. And if you want to come along on the adventure she has planned, then great. But you're not doing something together. You're not planning a thing together. She has the plan, and you can join the plan if you want. She's looking for someone to join the plan, but you're not the plan. And I wouldn't go for that either. Unfortunately, I hate to be an old stick in the mud and traditionalist, but actually I think that your partner should be your plan. You've got to plan around them, you've got to plan for them, and expect them to have dreams of their own that they want to do with you together, rather than having a suite of things. Oh, I've planned my skiing, I've planned Australia, I'm doing scuba diving. It's like, okay, what am I doing? Am I just tagging along, or is there something that am I important to you? I don't feel like I'm important to you, is what she's saying. And I think that that's what these guys are hearing, that actually you're very much a secondary consideration. No, she's got her adventures to go on. What do you, no, you're not going to buy a house. You're not going to do normal relationship things. She's got adventures. You can tag along, assuming that you can get the holiday time off work or whatever, but you are not the main feature of her life, which actually I think most men think that they should be for their women. And again, to be an old traditionalist, an old stick in the mud, actually I'm the one who should be sort of not doing adventures necessarily, but making money, making sure that we've got the things that we need. And instead this woman is honestly just living a kind of frivolous sort of post-adolescence life. And also she says, okay, let's get to the Quirk Chungus thing. It's like, I like theme parties. Well, this is a kind of childish thing. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have childish hobbies at all, and you can't enjoy things that are not necessarily adult and respectable, right? You absolutely can. You get women who are like big fans of Disney, for example. You get men who play Warhammer, right? That's fine. That's all fine. But I don't think it's the thing that you should lead with, because it kind of implies, again, not just a lack of maturity, but a lack of willingness to become mature. Now, like I said, it's not that you can't have these hobbies. It's not that you can't do them. It's perfectly fine. But it's about the way you're presenting yourself to potential suitors. And she's kind of presenting herself as being independent and a bit infantile. And so I'm like, I would be like, right, okay, not for me either. I'm looking for something else. And then you get this, the way she talks as well is kind of, sort of up-tilting, but again, very self-centered way of dealing with this. But anyway, then you get the expressions of the guys just like, yeah, no, definitely not this woman. Who wants to be someone's adventure buddy? Like, there's a distinct lack of romance in this, right? She doesn't seem to be actually talking about the adult nature of what a relationship is. And this, combined with the fact that she's like, oh yeah, well, I like doing themed parties. Like, there's an implication that there's something repressed in her, that she hasn't properly matured, and that she's not actually ready for a relationship. And maybe this is what all of the desire for adventure is about, not being happy being situated where you are, or with the person that you are, and having come into your adulthood. So I'm getting a lot of red flags on this immediately, because what she is saying at base is that actually she doesn't want to change her life to be with you. Right now, when you join a relationship with someone, you become in a relationship with someone, you basically give up your old life. Your old life is gone. You're not just the single person who plans like adventure holidays to Australia. No, you are living with and for someone else, right? That's the ultimate goal. You build a new life together, rather than just getting an assistant or a buddy that follows you around on your current life. That's actually not the right way to think about these things. And I think that is genuinely unappealing way of pitching. And if the reaction of the men is anything to go by, it seems that I'm correct. So there's that, and then you think, okay, well, why hasn't she like matured out? And I think it's this right, when she pitches what is essentially a kind of childlike and infantile perspective. There's a significant degree of intrasexual competition going on with the other women. I think they're sabotaging. Where she's like, presents like as if she's 8 years old. My dreams for the future. And the teacher's like, but they know that she's no threat to them because, of course, they're competing for the same pool of men, right? So it is a competition. And the other women, I think they're essentially kind of deliberately sabotaging her. Yeah. And okay, yeah, that's as if you were dealing with a child. Just isn't that sweet? Yeah, if my 8-year-old did it, but not for a grown woman who I would be looking for a long-term girlfriend, a wife, and then a mother, right? She doesn't seem very responsible. She doesn't seem like that's what she's looking for. And I think most men are actually still looking for their eventual wives and the mother of their children. So it doesn't look like she's in that kind of headspace at all. And honestly, it doesn't seem like she's going to grow into it, frankly. I'm not saying she can't or won't or anything like that, but it's just the impression she gives off is actually of basically being an overgrown child, which is causing the women around her to mother her, being like, oh, look at that. She's so sweet. And it's like, yeah, she's so naive, so innocent, so not prepared to actually engage in the social role that actually is being advertised for here. And I mean, you can even see it in the way she dresses, right? There's something abnegating about the way she's dressed and the way she stands. She's not confident. She's a person who hasn't really interrogated herself very much, I think. And so, yeah, the guys, and like a lot of these are just normal guys, right? They're not like, guys who would necessarily, if you saw them together, you wouldn't think that was a weird match or anything. But they are just not even vaguely interested in the sort of overgrown child quirk chungus type. And the women feel the need to mother her for it. And so eventually it's like, come on, is anyone going to go for it? It's like, well, no. Because she's not actually offering them anything. She's literally not offering them anything. She's offering them the ability to become like a side character in her story. It's like, but you're meant to be forming a shared story together. So why would I pick that girl? Like, why would I want to be in a relationship with someone who has plans that don't involve me? Like, what are you planning for? And maybe after you've got all of this out of your system, maybe after you've seen the world, maybe you've matured a bit, then things could be different. So, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the way she looks or anything like that. And that's the thing. None of them can see her either. So, justice for Riley. It's like, sorry, again, this is women who think this is adorable because of the childlike nature of it. But if you're an adult man and you're looking for a potential suitor, a wife, the mother of your children, like I said, I can see why that's not appealing. And so, why did the young men not like an earnest girl even though they couldn't see her? Well, what was she offering? She wasn't offering a proper relationship because she's very fixated on herself. Zero visual input, not about her looks, her clothes, not her body, not even hot versus not hot. This is purely voice, cadence, vibe, hobbies, social content, and energy. A lot of the argument I noticed died down once people realized the guys couldn't see her, because it's a lot harder to make an argument about shallowness with that. Yeah, because this wasn't about shallowness, actually. I actually really do think this was about the actual depth of content in what she was actually presenting. And while the guys, I'm sure, wouldn't properly articulate it like this, what they're saying is she's not planning for a future. She's not trying to make a future. She's interested in immediate gratification, in immediate, almost childlike adventure, which, okay, no judgment. If that's what you want, that's what you want. And there are bound to be guys out there who are also like that. It's just, I think they're fairly few and far between, in the same way that actually women like this aren't that common, actually. Most women have got a plan for for what they want in the future with their husband. So you build something together rather than just you join me and we go forward doing what I'm planning to do. Like, I mean, like if you said, okay, well, look, I do like you. I'd like to go on a date, and you got in a relationship with her, and then you were like, yeah, I don't really want to go to Australia. What I'd like to do is buy a house with the money that we would have spent. Is she going to give up her Australia holiday to buy a house? The answer is probably not. And she'll probably resent you. She'll probably think that you're suppressing her or something. And actually, what you would be doing is making sensible plans for the future. It's not that you could never go on holiday to Australia. It's that you would be denying it in the immediate for good reason. And I think that a lot of people can feel it, you know. And he follows up with, quirky cadence, I scuba dive, I plan theme parties, mild dorkiness, earnestness, sweetness. It's cute, sure, but not necessarily attractive. It's little sister vibes. Yeah, and this is the thing, like, she's not actually saying what she wants from you, right? You can be her adventure buddy, but she's not actually saying what she wants in a man, the virtues of a man, the character of a man. She doesn't look like she needs you in her life. And do you want to be someone who doesn't need you? You know, if the attitude, the general theme is just kind of like, well, if you come along, that'd be great. That'd be fun, I'm sure. But like, if you don't, I'm still going to go and do all of these things. So it's like, right, okay. So I'm actually a contingent part of your life. I'm not necessary. You know, like you don't need me around, and you don't rely on me for anything. You're not that bothered if I'm there or not. And he's probably right here as well. He's like, look, if they'd just seen a picture of her without her talking, they probably have said, yeah, we'll go on a date, But actually, he is right. Men are actually more complex than women give them credit for. And it is about, as he says here, the vibe. She comes across as basically platonic. And she doesn't seem to actually want you. Like, this is the thing, like, actually giving you high regard is something more important than this kind of, and I'm trying not to be mean, right? But a lot of this comes across as a kind of substitute for a personality as well. It's like, I've started skiing, I've started scuba diving, I'm going on holiday to Australia. It's like, okay, but why are you doing these things? Like, I plan theme parties. Like, okay, dorky, quirk, chungus aside, all of this seems like a cover for not really having any depth or introspection, or having any wit or a personality of your own. And that comes that like, not trying to be mean, but that often comes as a cover for someone who is actually really insecure and being not confident in themselves, doesn't feel they have anything to offer to the world. And that's not an attractive thing. That's actually, again, it's little sister vibes, which is why the other women were like, oh, come on, guys. But it's not adult woman who is going to be a good wife and mother vibes. Sorry.